I will vie for presidency in 2027, says PLP leader Martha Karua. That is our conversation today on Richard Bonje exclusive, really auditing whether this is going to be feasible enough in the fullness of time. And who better to help me bring such a conversation home than Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you. Mama amesema 2027 ni wakati wa mama. Martha Karua argues that since independence, we've always been led by men in this country, and they have failed to unite Kenyans and actually bring prosperity on board. Is it time ripe for a woman presidency? She should excite us
like 1997, Masani ya mama, Ngilu. People thought Ngilu was going to get it. By the way, kama si watu wa mlima kupenduka, she was going to get it. The last moment, I'm telling you.
Did you have to burst the bubble of Martha Karua?
Pardon?
Did you have to steal that thunder that
Ngilu
failed?
I'm saying I hope Martha Karua comes with that kind of fire. You know, I've never hidden my position on Martha Karua. I believe, given the crowd we have today, she would make the best president. That I've never hidden.
On this path towards realizing this goal from her end, what do you think are the risks that she should avoid running into just to realize this dream in 2027?
I think the first hurdle is how to be part of the team. Because the opposition must recreate a 2002 moment. And therefore, the people of this country will be expecting Tosha moment. So if it will be Mama Tosha, then that'll be okay. So the first mistake is to go it alone. I doubt that she wants to go it alone. What she has said categorically, she will not deputize anybody. She's either the presidential candidate or others can take, and she will support them. So I think that's good enough. Just the idea that she's part of a team. That is the beginning, and that's very important, and that's very critical.
Do you think it's too early for her to bring forth her position at a time whereby the people's level of opposition is trying to come together, get the glue that sticks them together strong enough? Is it too early
for her? But you must have a seat on the table. She just anasongesha kiti yake kwa meza. Hiyo tu. Kuna meza kubwa na watu wamekaa na mtu anakuja na kiti yake. Sasa Martha Karua amekuja na yake. Iko shida gani? Matiang'i ameleta na amekuja na yake. Kalonzo ako na kiti yake hapo. Eugene Wamalwa ako na yake. Jimmy Wanjigi ako na kiti yake. Sasa Martha Karua akisonga na kiti yake, iko shida gani?
Oftentimes you've associated her with hard stance kind of politics.
But she has already addressed that. She has said, one, she's not going to be anybody's running mate.
That ended in 2022.
Number two, she has said, if she's not the presidential candidate, she will support whoever has been given. What other hard stand are we talking about? And that is where the problem will be. If there's going to be one among them who feels if it's not them, then there's no opposition. That will be too bad for the opposition. But it may also spell doom to that particular individual. Because I can foresee a situation where the decision as to who carries the flag may not be left to these individuals. The Tosha will be from the people of this country. And the Gen Z will play a critical role in that torturing somebody. So if the Gen Zs and other Kenyans feel we are better off in the hands of Martha Karua, she will be home and dry.
Political pundits, some of them have said that Karua's candidature is inconsequential, or even her role in the coalition divide. Citing 2013 when she lost the presidency, 2017 when she lost the gubernatorial seat to Anne Waiguru. This time round they said in whatever quarter Karua is going to be in, she's going to add almost zero value.
That is a stupid argument and very tired. It has been brought forth by people who have no sense of history. How many times did Abraham Lincoln lose, even very small elections, to become one of the greatest presidents the U.S. has produced? How many times did Kibaki lose? How many times did Raila lose, including 1997, where he got just a few handful of votes? That is a stupid argument. The fact that somebody has lost today and tomorrow does not mean next year they will not win. No, that's a stupid argument.
That's a stupid argument. Yeah. But then again, going forth, Prof.
Look at the president of Zambia. How many times had he done? It's like my MP who had lost 5 times, tried 5 times. Then we finally said no. Mbuli Mudaka, we gave him. Zambian president, I think 5 times, if I'm not wrong. HH, Siani president was Zambia. So that is a tired argument. It doesn't work. It doesn't apply.
So for Martha Karua,
some great leaders have emerged after losing elections repeatedly in a serial way but they emerge to be very great leaders. Yeah.
It makes sense, Prof.
People have lost wars in the past. You lose battle after battle, war after war. Then you win one decisive war that changes history.
Moment of change.
Yeah, so these people who say that, they should come, we give them a bit of history. Yeah.
You're a political advisor, analyst, you name it. And also for Martha Karua to avoid overshooting the runway, what do you think are the tenets she should embed in her political style? That's just so that she has that really brighter future in Kenyan politics.
If I were Martha Karua, I would just touch on the things that this country lacks.
Which is?
And just to say that this country has everything it requires to be a Singapore, to be a UK, to be a big country, be a great nation. And we are just missing in one or two areas. For example, if we respect the Constitution and the rule of law, that's all we need for this country to take off. And that's what Martha Karua is known for, and that's why I support her. If Martha Karua makes people see that the biggest challenge in this country is not even corruption or theft, it is the lack of an individual who means business. That this country will change the day a man or woman will land in State House and say enough is. That's part of what is selling Matiang'i. People feel Matiang'i has what it takes to say leo kutoka leo kama umezoea kuiba pesa. So this Martha Karua more than anybody else espouses that. I mean, Martha Karua brings that on the table more than another person. That means, therefore, if I were Martha Karua, what I would do is to make myself the candidate of the moment, especially for Gen Zs. Because the Gen Zs are not looking for an individual. The Gen Zs are fighting for an idea. So that Ruto must go is not William Samoei Ruto. It is the old Kenya that must give way to the new Kenya. In very simple terms, what is this new Kenya? What is holding us from crossing the bridge into that new Kenya? That is what Martha Karua brings more than any other candidate. So if she brings it out very well, you'll be surprised that the wind can blow in her favor. And the lady who lost gubernatorial, and if you tell her she lost and she fought all the way up to the East African court and says she'll even go further than that, she believes she didn't lose. And there was so much going on in Kirinyaga. I don't want to say more than that. Yes.
So then again, Prof, if you look at the rebranding of NARC Kenya to People's Liberation Party and the aftermath of it, this far, what is your conclusion? Do you think the party has hit the ground with the much needed gravitas to define its space in Kenya's present politics?
No, I'm not naive enough to think that a mere change of name can mean so much. It must be accompanied by something bigger than just changing the name and the colors.
But this far, what's your assessment so far?
I've not seen anything.
Look at the press releases.
Those are
back to back.
Those are common things. Any idiot can do that.
So how can now this party probably now forge ahead to become like
Again,
the ODM of today?
Now you want me to they should hire me on consultants basis.
You can make PLP the ODM of today?
Yes. Martha Karua has so much going for her. If she worked with people like us, these other candidates will cry. In fact, let me announce here today, and a candidate who chooses to work with me professionally is an election half won already. I've watched Raila lose elections, and I know why he loses elections. I know the missing link, and I know what somebody needs to do to win an election in this country. Any of these candidates who looks for me, the election is half won, and I'm not joking.
Manyora can make someone a president?
Yes, yes, yes. Manyora himself can also be president.
Wishful thinking, that one?
No. The world is changed by people like us. These ordinary people don't change the world.
Peter Kenneth tried after huge endorsements.
No, he didn't have an
like the one you're receiving right now from people.
He didn't have a vision for the country. I would carry a vision. I don't just, if I were to run, if I was running, I wouldn't be running just to be president. I'll be running to introduce the sort of radical changes that can transform this country. I would say things which none of these presidential candidates can say, not even Martha Karua.
A Trump in the name of Manyora?
Yeah, Trump is even just a joke.
Prof, come on.
If my first morning in State House, you will not believe you are in Kenya. The first thing I'll do is to take Kenya from the cartels, club card holders, and give it to the Kenyans themselves. It will not be a joke.
Kibaki tried.
He didn't.
But it was dead on arrival.
He didn't try. My first breakfast in State House will be with the media. And I will tell him, please inform the people of Kenya.
And you sheriff is in
Hata
town.
shilingi moja ya serikali au ya raia wa Kenya hautaiba.
Even those who
We
finance
will
your
still
campaigns.
be thinking, nobody will finance Kenya. We will be thinking about what to do with those who have already stolen. That can take a little time. Because we don't want to disrupt badly again. We can have a conversation on how do we treat those who have stolen and the money they have stolen. They grabbed land, those who have built on the river banks. And we can have a conversation on how to handle it. But we shall have no conversation on 1 extra shilling being stolen by anybody in this country. That's not a conversation I would have from State House. And it just takes one individual. Countries that have done that, it has just been one individual. Kenya imebali. Hii ni Kenya tofauti. Usidhubutu kuguza shilingi moja. Hata wakati umeanza kusign hiyo voucher, wacha angusha hiyo kalamu.
Even your handlers in State House?
Even your wife at home, Richard, will tell you, please don't. Huyu mtu bila namuona, huyu mtu usijaribu. Wacha tulale njaa.
Committee prison.
That's what this country requires. One man or a woman in State House, where things are not the same. Things are not?
Things are not the same. But so far you've passed the impression that Martha Karua can make that Kenya come alive.
It's just almost.
Almost. But Manyora can make it.
Because you see me, I'm free of encumbrances. I'm not tied to anything or to anybody. I see the world differently. She sees the world and can make Kenya a better place. But she's also a victim of the same windowing. She's seeing the world through a window that has been opened for them to see the world. Me, I will see the world differently. And that Kenya that I will be creating will be a different Kenya.
Well, there you have it from Professor Herman Manyora discussing the political present and future of PLP party leader Martha Wangari Karua. Prof says the stars are aligned for Martha Wangari Karua if indeed she plays her politics well. Until you get to do this again on Richard Mwanja Exclusive, do enjoy the rest of your day.